On the way to Syunik province. First riding in my shukka. Travelling like the locals do this time. That was a pretty killer bus journey, but made it in one piece to the first stop, Goris, empty restaurant, cold brew. Tomorrow's the one. Oh, I burned that. Oh, it's nice out, nice and cold. So I thought I'd give you a quick tour of the room that I've booked for the night. It costs £6 for a night. Now £6 for a night, you know, that would get me worried. I was a bit dubious, trying to keep the cost down on this trip. But let me show you what you get for £6 a night. We've got stuff like this over here. We've got a Daewoo. Is that a cassette player? That's a double cassette. Double cassette, mate. When was the last time you saw one of them? Bad boy. Radio. Got AM, SW and FM. Bass boost. When was the last time you saw a bass boost? Quite a while ago. Three band graphic equalizer. It's all coming back to me now, in the words of Celine. We've got some stuff over here that I don't quite know. There's some Russian stuff. Could be Soviet. Might not be. Rastrov Shoda. I don't know what that is, but there's only 5% of it in there anyway. It's iodine, I think. A strange assortment of things. Here's how you keep the place heated. You've got the heater, and you've got this large metal pipe thing that channels into somewhere. And you've got a couple of single beds. It's actually very nice and toasty in here at the minute. Here's the kitchen. This is like a suite. This costs £6 a night in the city of Goris. Some local artisan work over there. Cooker. The only issue is there's no fridge. So when you buy some beers and you want to keep them nice and cold, you got no chance. Washing machine. I mean, you could live here quite happily for £6 a day, but there's no fridge. How do you keep your brews cold? Also, the pot of coffee that hasn't been washed, that could have been dealt with. And some lavash. Oh, the lavash feels kind of fresh. And you've got a menu for business food. And it's got a picture of a face that's a clock in a gangster suit, like time's ticking out. It's kind of ominous. Some black background with some chips being held, like your chips are up. I don't know. Kettle, sellotaped up. Yeah, that could be dealt with quite cheaply. But yeah, all in all, for £6 a night, you know, it's like my Soviet grandma's place. My Soviet grandma that I never had. So I just went to charge something. I thought, well, there's a TV here. There's got to be somewhere to charge something. And no plug socket. No plug socket. So if you wanted to watch TV, you've got a snowball's chance in hell of watching TV, because there's nowhere to plug it in. You think this is plugged in? No plug sockets. So if you want to charge something, there's one socket over here, but it's right next to the heater. So there's a very good chance I'm going to wake up in the morning with a phone that's on fire. Thank you. Good morning from Goris. Now the region that I'm in Syunik province it shares a border with Azerbaijan. You may have seen on the news there have been wars between Armenia and Azerbaijan over the Nagorno-Karabakh region, which is its own independent republic, but it's populated mainly with Armenians. It's a very long and complicated story. But that is why there is a heavy military presence down here in Goris city. It's beautiful surroundings though. I'm going to come back here in a couple of days and check it out properly. But I've heard that the weather might not be that good. So for tomorrow we're going to go up to Tatev, which is a village up in the mountains. I've got to take the world's longest ropeway, like a cable car, to get up there. It's like 3 miles long or something. And I'm a man with vertigo, so this is going to be an interesting day. Armenia style. Got the hats. Kachapuri. Inchkan. Harut San. Okay. Mihak Kantren. Ayo. Shnora Kalachin. Desu. Nice hot kachapuri. 120 dram is like about 15 pence for brekkie. There is no other way to travel to Halidzor, where we will get the ropeway, than in the classic Lada. Artur is the driver. Ladas everywhere. Classics. So we've got a 9th century monastery to go and check out. Then there's an abandoned 17th century hermitage where hermit monks lived, and that place looks pretty interesting as well. But first we've got to get to the top of that mountain up there somewhere, taking this, the longest ropeway, reversible ropeway in the world. Apparently it's going to be about a 15-minute journey. Costs about a tenner, which you know, you don't mind paying. It's going to be a once-in-a-lifetime thing. Stunning scenery. Syunik province. So far I am pretty amazed by it. Bees trying to attack me. Right, so it takes 12 minutes. 16 kilometers in 12 minutes, okay. And if you take the road it takes 40 minutes. This doesn't really reassure me though. So a single cable of the wings of Tatev weighs as much as 10 African bush elephants, 60 tons. What if that gives way? I'm having second thoughts about this. I might have to nail a bit of this cognac in my bag just to gear me up for it. What am I doing with my life?
Ստեղպան անցատում չչկացում դիդի.
Welcome on board the Wings of Tatev, recorded in the Guinness Book of Records as the longest reversible tramway in the world.
Рождение Татева. Ее протяженность 5752 метра, самая высокая точка над землей 320 метров, а средняя скорость 36 километров в час.
This route to one of Armenia's most celebrated
It's getting shaky.
was constructed in 2010 as part of the Tatev revival project. The cable, Tatev, is 5,752 meters long, or about 3.5 miles. The highest point of the cable is 320 meters, and the average speed of the cabin is 36 kilometers, 22 miles an hour. To the left of the cabin, at the very bottom of the gorge, there is an abandoned cloister where medieval monks dwelt. Known as the Metzant, or Grand Hermitage of Tatev, it was built in 1660 and is connected to Tatev Monastery.
That's where I'm going later. Hermitage. Looks like it's going to be a bit of a walk. So yeah, that tramway thing was alright. I thought I'd probably have an heart attack, but it was quite smooth. So now we're at Tatev Monastery. Oh, they've got that arag for sale, which is the demon juice, which I'll be avoiding like the plague for the rest of this trip. Beautiful. I think it's 9th century. One of the holiest sites in all of Armenia. Tatev. Beautiful day for it as well. I've got to drive back down that road because Monday's when I'm leaving and the tramway is closed then. So yeah, that'll be quite an event in itself. Right, let's get a nice vantage point. Beautiful. Right then, this is where the trail starts. I'm going down into that canyon, deep down into it, in the search for the Tatevi Anapat, a hermitage spot where monks just used to go and stay away from the rest of the world. I think it was abandoned in the 17th century or something. So no Soviet stuff for a change. I'm hoping it's like this the entire way down because there are some crazy sheer drops. If it's like this, it's fine. I can deal with that. And we've got some markings to show us it's a proper hiking trail as well. So yeah, also going to have a look at Devil's Bridge, some natural hot water springs. Look at the view though. Absolutely stunning. Peculiar little rape dungeon up in the mountains. I'm moving on. Don't end up in there. Shackled. There it is, you can see it, the Tatevi Anapat. Beautiful abandoned hermitage from the 17th century, where monks just used to come and get away from the world. Which sounds like my kind of guys. We're not that far away now. I think we've got some sheer drops here though. Puts me on edge a bit. But yeah, that's what we're heading to now. Looks fascinating. And then we're off a bit further to Devil's Bridge, Satan's Bridge, which is also supposed to be stunning. What a view. Incredible. So after an arduous 2-hour hike downhill, all downhill, a bit like my life, We've made it to the great hermitage, Tatev Hermitage. Hermit monks staying away from the rest of the world. He would come here and do what monks do. Wow. It was destroyed in an earthquake in 1658, built in the very early 1600s. Whoa. There's some people here. Wow. Check it out. So yeah, 17th century hermitage. Apparently they're in the process of turning it into some sort of tourism site. This is definitely snake country. Interesting. And I came from basically all the way at the top of there, winded myself down, and yeah, to get to the great hermitage. I think 400 years ago, hermit monks called this home. And I mean, it is a perfect place for a hermitage, really, because it took a while to get here. And look at how peaceful it is, how beautiful and peaceful the surroundings are, away from everyone. Perfect. Wow. Some sort of prayer hall, maybe. Nice and cool in here. Little vegetable patch growing. Guessing these were the personal little rooms of the hermits then. Tiny little doorways. There's someone being interviewed over there. I guess a lot of people are interested in this place. Obviously not many, because I'm about the only one here. So yeah, these would have been the little personal hermits' rooms. Come and just have your relationship with God, I guess. So it was nice, the old Tatevi Anapat. Oh. Final site for the day, Devil's Bridge. Sounds like where I belong. Natural hot pools of water. Brought me old swimming trunks, so I'm going to get in and have a bit of a soak, and then I'm going to try and hitchhike a ride back to Tatev town, village. It's not a town. About 3 people there. It's hard to understand why more people don't come here. I mean, I've seen 2 of the tourists today. Look at this. Absolutely fantastic. And Armenia is open for business people. You can fly here. Don't even need a COVID test. They don't buy into all that crap over here, like the rest of the hysteric world. Stunning. This is the last slog, I think, before Devil's Bridge. Done some walking today. Got up done 10k easy. Precarious edges again. Bog roll. What a place to have a dump. Oh. Okay. Okay, I've got this. Damn. Views are good, but this is some risky business. Oh. I'm going to have earned a couple of cold ones by the end of this, I know that. Oh, it doesn't end. Jeez. Okay. Okay, slowly but surely. That's got to be the end, please. Take a look at Devil's Bridge. Apparently I've got to be lowered down on a rope or something. Nice. Let's get down there. Perilous. Water looks a nice colour. A shade of like blue, but it's got this filmy funk on top, which I'm not sure about. So there's no ropes lowering people down. So it looks like there's no Devil's Bridge today, unfortunately. Unlucky. Disappointing end to the day. But nonetheless, good hiking. All good. Some interesting limestone formations by the looks of it. And that's it, I reckon. I'm going to try and hitchhike back now. It's been a good day. 3 p.m. Over 10 miles, I reckon. Hiked. So yeah, all in all a good day. Back in Tatev. Got picked up by the first car that went past. He was quite surprised that there was an English bloke speaking Armenian. So yeah, successful mish. Beautiful day. Beer o'clock. Peace. Hello. Come here.